everybody. Thanks for watching Depot TV. I am your host, Sherry Jackson, Executive Director at the Depot. And here I am at the Depot. Here at the Depot, we have the lovely work of Adrienne Day, which you actually can't see because it's in our North Gallery. If you want to see it, you'll need to come by the Depot Wednesday to Saturday, 10 to 2 to come visit the lovely works of Adrienne Day, or take a look at them on our website at normandepot.org. You can see all of those works there. It's our membership drive now here at the Depot, and we would love it if you would consider a gift to the Depot. You can give monthly. You can give a one-time gift. There are several membership levels with some great benefits, and you can find those all at our website, www.normandepot.org/join. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Depot TV. We're really excited to get to do it again. Here we go.
Sounds becomes me with words I must carefully choose.
Hi, guys. It's me, Sherry. And guess what this is? It's a commercial. Actually, it's a commercial for commercials. We have time on Depot TV in space, and we need some partners to help support Depot TV and keep it going. But you know what we got? We got this platform and audiences every week. And if you sell a thing or provide a service or just want to support us and say thanks, or if you have a shout out or something you want people to know about, you could become a partner in the Depot and have some commercial time of your very own. So give us a call at 405-307-9320 or email us at office@normandepot.org and find out how this commercial space could be your commercial space. Thanks. Hi, everybody. This is Sherry Jackson, Executive Director of the Depot, and I am here with Adrienne Day, whose show is coming up next in our Depot Gallery, beginning with an opening reception on September 10th and running through November 6th. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm so excited about having your show coming up at the Depot. I really like these prints that you're making, or these pieces that you're making. They're not prints. And before we get started talking about your work, I usually like to ask a little about the artist. So, and first, where are you from?
Well, I was born in Mississippi.
Yeah.
But I moved here in the 80s.
Okay.
And have been here, except for a few years here and there, ever since. So this is my home.
How did you get from Mississippi to Oklahoma?
Well, I have good friends that live here. And I came out to visit, and it was in May, and the weather was fabulous.
Weather fabulous in Oklahoma. Okay.
Yes,
all right.
Yes. You know, one of the 10 days where it's really gorgeous. Well, that sucked me in.
And you got suckered.
And I was looking for a place to go to school, to college, and I applied and was accepted at OU and was just thrilled about it. Had a great experience there.
Did you major in art?
Yes, I majored in printmaking.
Okay.
So had some great instructors. I really love Norman. I made some friends during that time that lived here and were in school, and we're still friends. You know, I still see them. And it's just a very nice place. I like it a lot.
That's great. No, I love Norman. I was born and raised here, but I moved away for several years, and then when I come back, it's a little like getting to know it all over again, and I still love it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I still love it.
It's a wonderful.
And so you moved, and you were looking for a place to go to school for art. So art must have been a part of your life much earlier than that.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so tell me how art became the thing that you do.
Oh, it's just always been something I wanted to do. I've tried to do other things, and I was very unhappy. So when I do this, either teaching art or making art, that's my happy place.
Nice.
So it's very satisfying. I specifically do mostly printmaking.
Okay.
You know, and with the prints I'm doing now, they are collagraphs, which are a relatively new kind of printmaking. It was developed in 1955, I believe.
Oh, wow, okay.
In Seattle. And you print textures and things. And so I use that for the basis of my work.
Okay.
And then I will kind of look at the textures and the forms that have developed, or the shapes, and then develop them into kind of how they reveal themselves to me, like, you know, a spherical shape becomes an urchin.
Oh, and I can see that now.
Or, whoops.
That's okay.
This was last year, so we all know what this is.
Yeah, absolutely we do.
And
And I do love that for the audience who might not be able to see, which means you're going to have to come see the show in person. There are lovely textures. Embossed, is that the word you would use?
kind of.
Kind of embossed,
it's
but
an
pressed into the
yes.
paper.
They're like a netting is placed on a flat surface,
Okay.
glued down very well. And
Right.
then you ink it up like you would ink up an etching. It's an intaglio process.
Okay.
And you can press textures into it, you can draw into it. It's modeling paste that you draw into. And then I layer colors. So I might start out with a yellow, or maybe part of it's yellow, part of it's green, and then print other colors on top of it. And those layers create a lot of wonderful things to respond to.
Yeah, you can see them. The more you take a look at one of these pieces, you can, beyond the texture, you can see the way the colors blend with each other and really create focal points for your eyes. I'm very curious, when you are working with, let's say, that mesh that you put down that's well glued to a surface, and you put the paper down with the print, what weight do you add? Do you add weight? Do you roll over it like with the...
Yes, I use an etching press.
Use an etching press, okay. So and you run it through and
Yes.
create it, okay.
And you never, or at least I don't, I never know what it's going to look like. It's not something that you can say, I want this particular thing. You might want a particular color. You can
Right.
control that.
That's right.
But with other things, when you're layering, in the approach I like to use is, I want to be surprised by the process. I want
Right.
to use the process to develop the image.
So now that we see that you've got the texture on the paper and following those colors with the spheres and the accents and the shapes that come out of that, how did we get to horses?
Well, I have been a lifelong admirer of the beauty of the horse in movement. These drawings came from Edward Muybridge's photographs in the late 1870s, I believe,
Okay.
that documented all the movements of different animals. And the horse, I've always loved them
Yeah.
in myths and imagination, and also, like watching dressage at the Olympics. Oh my gosh, they were so amazing.
Horses
And
in motion are a beautiful thing.
yes, they are. So, and this is a series called Sequence, and I take the sequence that Edward Muybridge photographed, and I take these drawings from those, and this is in a gallop, but he did them as trotting and pacing and many other things, and I've just had a lifelong fascination with these beautiful animals.
They're lovely.
That I might be scared to death to ride them.
Yeah.
But the image and symbolism of horses, especially running horses, is
Right.
real important and has captured my imagination for a
There you
long
go.
time.
The last thing I have to ask about is that lovely red and the pop of color with the accents and the trail of dots. Is that something, obviously it's added at the end?
with
but-
colored pencil.
Colored pencil, okay,
Yes,
all right.
the horse is printed with dry point
Uh-huh,
on a piece of plexiglass. And dry point is where you scratch into it. And
Yeah.
it's not like an etching. You can't get, 50 prints out of it. It's good for about 5.
okay.
And then I print them, and then I enhance it with colored pencil. Depending on the colors that are in the picture, sometimes they go kind of blue-green like this one, or they might turn kind of brown, the lines. But this particular one, it was so blue, it just needed some warmth in it.
Got it.
And so red is my go-to color for that. And the images are marks, a lot of marks that I've made in the course of my career as an artist that I just go back to. These lines, curved lines that are crossed,
Yeah.
dots, a dotted line, spheres. So
I love it. They're beautiful. Before we go, so you are an artist, a working artist, and as you told me earlier, several of these prints have found their way into collectors' hands.
Yes,
So we're lucky to
yes.
have the rest of the series coming here
Yes.
to us at the Depot, so that you guys have a chance to have one in your collection. But you're also an educator. You're an art educator.
Yes.
Tell us about that. Where do you teach?
I teach elementary school in Blanchard, and
love
I love my job there. It's great. It's the next best thing to making art.
Oh, I
Because
love that.
the awe and wonder that they experience with mixing colors or folding or printing. We do printing.
Yeah.
And that wonder is just how I feel when you mix a color or you print something over it and you just go, wow. And I love to show people how to do those kind of things, and their reaction is so genuine. And you know, all
It's
kids love art.
Important work.
Yeah.
Important work.
I
Without
think
that
it
sense
is.
of wonder and creativity, the rest of it's maybe can be a little inert, and it's the art that
Yeah.
activates it all, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
All right.
and
No, that's all.
I'm done.
Thank you very much for being here.
Well, thank
I
you.
really appreciate you sitting down and telling me about these pieces. Now I'm very, very excited to get them on the walls.
Well, thank you. I'm really honored to have a show here.
Yeah.
And a venue in Norman, so my friends can come,
Yay.
and the community.
Yeah.
So
All right, everybody. Adrienne Day. Come and see the show, the opening reception at Second Friday Art Walk on September 10th. We'll see you then. Bye.
Over the years, Santa Fe made changes to the building as their operations here progressed. And in the 1970s, Mr. Charles Stuckey was an employee of the Norman Transcript and also a rail fan. So he would come down and take pictures around the area, not specifically of the depot, but of the rail traffic and rail operations around here. At that time, there was still an agent in Norman, and the Amtrak trains were stopping here. So he made quite a few pictures, and a few of them that I have been able to gather. The first one shows that the Norman Depot covered with snow, and the mailbox by the door was put there for train orders or waybills to be put in as the switch crews would do their work. But you'll also notice on this that the portico has been bricked up. With a door installed there. The portico was being used at that time just as a storage area, so they bricked it up and secured it to use for secure storage. The next photo also shows the bricked up portico, and the third photo shows that also the doors to the baggage room were all bricked up. Again, they weren't in use, and they were using that as utter storage. The fourth photo is kind of a sad one at the time. It was taken in 1979. Another photo taken by Mr. Charles Stuckey. This shows that the very last Amtrak train through Norman in 1979 was stopping at the depot. It's a very short train because there was some political infighting to try to keep the train running, but that didn't last, and this was the last train through Norman. As you will notice, on the south side of the building, south side of what is the baggage room, there is a stairway and a door, a baggage door, and that gave access to the baggage room even though the main platform doors had been bricked up. So we will see more of that as we move on to some other photos later.
Hi, guys. It's me, Sherry. And guess what this is? It's a commercial. Actually, it's a commercial for commercials. We have time on Depot TV in space, and we need some partners to help support Depot TV and keep it going. But you know what we got? We got this platform and audiences every week. And if you sell a thing or provide a service or just want to support us and say thanks, or if you have a shout out or something you want people to know about, you could become a partner in the Depot and have some commercial time of your very own. So give us a call at 405-307-9320 or email us at office@normandepot.org and find out how this commercial space could be your commercial space. Thanks.
Shadowing him for so long. Back alleys and streets and the beaten down oak trees, that's where they got him on the run. By the factories and the bottom lands where it's 12 several times a day, you understand. Down by the tracks where the lonesome drivers pine, got him crossing all the walls, got him rolling on the line. I haven't seen my wanderer, I've been shadowing him for so long. By the back alleys and streets and beating down oak trees, that's where they got him on the run. If they raised you up to be put in a cage, how can anybody blame you for running away? And if you were born for somebody's dime, how could anyone expect you to not want back your time? Seen my wanderer, I've been shadowing him for so long. By the back alleys and streets, beating down oak trees, that's where they got him on the run. By the factories and the bottom lands where it's 12 separate times a day, you understand. Down by the tracks where the lonesome drivers pine, got him up against the wall, crossing all the lines. I haven't seen my wanderer, I've been shadowing him for so long. By the back alleys and streets, beating down oak trees, that's where they got him on the run. we all had some spaces and time not to ignore. There's love yet, it's waiting. It's simple, it's breathing, it's lying on the floor. I didn't know how empty I was to be so full. You opened doors I didn't know would close. You gave me the key, I didn't listen. You opened my eyes, I didn't see. You were patient, I was anxiety. You were the oxygen, I was a dying tree. I didn't know how empty I was to be so full. You opened doors I didn't know were closed. Ooh, I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't know.
Thanks for watching Depot TV, everybody. We would like to thank all of the amazing sponsors and individuals who give that make all of our programming here at the Depot possible. That includes Depot TV, our gallery, the Summer Breeze concert series, and our concerts, which are coming back inside the Depot. But we're going to ask that you have a vaccination or a negative COVID test to attend. You can find tickets for our upcoming concert on October 10th with Ron Bailey, special guest Terry Ware, on our website at normandepot.org. And don't forget to join as a member. And if you comment on this post, member in September, and become a member in September, we'll upgrade your membership to the one level higher. All right. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. Bye.
And myths and imagination, and also, you know, like watching dressage at the Olympics. Oh my gosh, they were so amazing.
Horses
And-
in motion are a beautiful thing.
Yes, they are. So, and this is a series called Sequence, and I take the sequence that Edward Muybridge photographed, and I